Hey guys, hope you're doing very well. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about tattoo artists editing their tattoos on their Instagram page. This has come up in topic, I think in one of my videos where I talked about a Brendo, can never say his last name, Brendo T8T. I don't know how you say his last name, but he's quite a famous tattoo artist and his Instagram page is very pleasing to the eye, but it's very obvious that he photoshops his photos on his Instagram page. And the reason why I want to talk about this video, by the way, if you can hear some kind of weird drilling, power sawing situation, my next door neighbours have decided that today is the day that they want to do some DIY and I have no other time this week to film videos, so hopefully I can talk over it. But if you do hear it, a weird humming sound, it's going on now. You can probably hear it. I'm so sorry, there's literally no way I can work around it. It's either I have no videos or I just deal with this. So anyway, beside the point. Anyway, the reason why I want to talk about this topic is there has been a new Instagram page that has popped up out of nowhere, exposing tattoo artists that Photoshop their tattoos. The way I found out about this Instagram page is through a fellow YouTuber slash tattoo artist called Wayne Fredrickson. Hope I'm saying his name right. Probably not. But he posted the page on his Instagram stories and I gave it a look and I was super intrigued and super interested about this whole thing because I knew there was a few tattoo artists out there that definitely photoshopped their tattoos. It was so obvious, very, very obvious. But then when you look at this page, it's so interesting and enlightening. And I just want to do a quick disclaimer. I have heard through the grapevine that this page has been known to post side by side, so a fresh tattoo and then a tattoo from Tattoo Copycats. That's another Instagram page that posts tattoos of copied tattoos, so the quality isn't going to be as good. So you really do have to take this page with a pinch of salt because there is a chance that the healed tattoo is going to be an actual copy tattoo, if that makes any sense. So let me show you an example. Anyway, first of all, this Instagram page is called Tattooed Truth Fairy and I'll show you an example right now. This is definitely like the original and the healed version. So this is by DBK. He's a very good tattoo artist in my opinion. I have loved his work for a very long time. He does really awesome realism tattoos. But if we take a look at this photo, so you can see the photo that was put on his Instagram page of the fresh tattoo, and then if we look at it healed, it's obviously not as dark and you can definitely see a difference there. Now obviously when you have a new tattoo, it's a lot more darker, the colours are a lot more saturated because it is brand new and every new tattoo looks, how I like to call, juicy. You know, it looks really like saturated and fresh and the contrast is amazing and it just looks really, really good. Like that new tattoo look is amazing, but it never stays like that after the tattoo is healed because the ink has settled down and, you know, all that excess ink has gone away and all that jazz. So yeah, if we look at the healed photo of this, to me personally, it still looks like an amazing tattoo. Like there is no shame here at all. But what I wanted to discuss really is, you know, how do you guys feel about tattoo artists editing their photos? Now, in my opinion, I'll do my opinion first. My opinion first. This is my channel. I'll do my opinion first. In my opinion, I personally think it's okay to edit colours a little bit. So for example, say I have an iPhone 6s. The camera on this is not that great. It's an old-ish phone, you know, it's kind of old, and compared to how iPhones are now or phones are now, I think this is like 3-4 years old now. It's not that old, but when it comes to technology, it's kind of old. Anyway, beside the point. If I was to take a photo of one of my tattoos fresh on this, compared to say a DSLR or a new iPhone or a new Google Pixel or Samsung or whatever, the quality isn't going to be as good. So I wouldn't be mad at a tattoo artist taking a picture of a new tattoo they've done on me on an iPhone 6 and then editing the colours to make it match the tattoo. I think that's fine personally. I don't think there's any deception, is that the word I'm looking for? Like there's nothing wrong with that at all because you haven't got the technology to show the way your work is from, you know, an eye point of view. If that makes any sense? Like the picture doesn't look like how it does in real life. So if someone wants to fiddle around with the saturation or the colours and in, I don't know, what do you call it? Like, what have we got here? I have this app called Afterlight, not sponsored, I'm just telling you how it is. But with apps like Afterlight, you can change the saturation for each colour. If that makes any sense. So if I wanted to brighten up the oranges in this tattoo, I could easily do that by going to selective saturation and whacking up the orange in it. And that just completely changes the way the tattoo looks. In my opinion, that's fine if you have a very old camera or whatever, and you really do need to change the saturation in places just to get how the tattoo looks and put it on your Instagram as your portfolio or whatever. In my opinion, that's fine. The same with brightness, contrast, whatever you want to do with it, right? In my opinion, that's fine. Even if you're using a good camera or a good phone and it's just not capturing the way the tattoo looks in real life. You've definitely most probably seen a tattoo artist upload a photo of a tattoo they've done and they've said, oh, the lighting is bad or bad photo, but you know, here's the tattoo. It's because they know what it looks like in real life, but nothing is capturing how it looks. So yeah, if an artist needs to fiddle around with that kind of stuff, in my opinion, I'm like, okay, that's fine. You're not really editing the tattoo per se. You know, you're not making it look any different. Obviously within reason. So we're going to take a couple of looks of these tattoos on this page. Okay, let's take this one for an example. I don't know, like with the heel tattoo, there's a chance that, again, it's been taken on a bad camera, there's been no photo editing, it may not even look like this in real life, it's just the way the photo is taken. Again, we're going to take this with a pinch of salt, you know what I'm saying? We're just discussing, we're not going to look into it too much. But you can see from the photo that was uploaded to the artist's Instagram here, the tattoo is very, very dark and there's a lot of contrast in there. And you can just basically tell that this has been edited quite a bit because you cannot get a black ink that black. It's impossible. You'll notice with every bit of black in your tattoos, it's not pitch black, you know, it's grey blue. It's got like this sheen to it and it's not 100% pitch black, you know, like a black eyeliner or whatever. I don't know what to compare it to. So there's definitely been some photo editing here. I wouldn't say there's been photo editing to make the tattoo look different. It's all to do with the colours. Now, in my opinion, this has gone a bit too far with the photo editing. So like I was saying, you can change the colours a little bit, you know, whack up the contrast. If your camera isn't that great, it's fine. But with this one, this is to the extreme. You know, this is an extreme version of photo editing. Because then when you look at the healed version, where did all the detail go? You know? And the reason why I feel like something like this is a bit of a no-no, personally, this is all personal opinion. I feel like if you, because this artist is Elliot Koek, and I'm imagining he's quite an expensive tattoo artist. So if you walk into a tattoo studio or wherever he's working and you're not too clued up on tattoos or whatever, and you see his Instagram page or any other tattoo artist Instagram page that does heavy editing on their photos, you're gonna walk in there, expect to get the tattoo that's on the right, but obviously you're not going to. So yeah, if you're inexperienced and you walk into a tattoo studio and you expect this, but then when it heals and it heals to the way it has done, you're gonna be a little bit disappointed. You know, you're gonna expect this tattoo that has a lot of contrast and dark black and then really bright highlights, when in reality it doesn't actually turn out like that once it's healed, you know. I feel like it's kind of like false advertising a little bit. Again, if you know about photo editing or tattoos, then you can tell when a tattoo has been heavily edited. It's like with the picture on the right here, it's very obvious, in my opinion. I don't know. I maybe look at photos and stuff too much. The next one I want to talk about is the artist that hasn't been named in this one, but this is of Valic, I think it is Valic, from The Nun. Again, you can tell with the right photo, it has been very highly edited. The blacks are far too black to be a tattoo, well, to be an unedited tattoo. Even when a black work tattoo or black and grey tattoo is fresh, the black really isn't that black, really, is it? It's still got that sort of grey wash to it, or green, whatever kind of sheen you want to call it, but black is never solid black. It's not. But yeah, the black in that fresh photo, which is on the right, is just, it's too black. It's far too black, and the whites are far too white also. And then if we look at the healed one, it's a whole new tattoo, isn't it? I mean, it's the same tattoo. It's definitely the same tattoo. Like, I'm comparing the two, just looking at them, and it's the exact same tattoo. Everything's in the right position, and it's, in my opinion, it's false advertisement, you know? Like, just own up to it. Like I said, if you need to tweak little bits here and there because the camera isn't picking up what you need it to pick up, that is fine. But this is on the other side of taking the piss, you know? Like, it's just too much. You need to chill. Okay, so let's talk about Brendo T8T. He is definitely no, like, if you go onto his Instagram page and don't think it's photoshopped, you need to just know. His tattoos and his Instagram page is all photoshopped, and mainly because he puts these funky backgrounds to his photos, so that's obviously a Photoshop situation there right away. He's putting these tattoos into Photoshop whether you like it or not, okay? And then if you take just a quick look at his page, every sort of skin tone, every sort of photo has this sort of pink filter to it, if that makes any sense. So it's just got this sheen of pinkness to it. So again, he's put a filter of some sort over that. That's not so bad, I would say. Like, if you want to have like a theme to your Instagram page, that's fine, whatever. A little pink sheen to your photos is fine. I do it to mine. I will openly admit I edit my photos because I try and keep a theme in my Instagram. I don't like edit, you know, I don't change my body shape or anything like that, but I definitely put filters on my photos because I like to have a theme. Sometimes you can go a bit too heavy with that. I would say that in my opinion that's just too much, but if you have a little pink sheen like Brendo, yeah, whatever, you know? It's kind of obvious that there's filters on this, in my opinion. I'm just scrolling through his Instagram page now. That being said, I definitely think he fiddles around with, you know, changing the colours of his tattoos and really brightening them up, like way more than he should. So like I was saying before, I'm really wavy today, I'm so sorry. Also, my hands are really stained from dyeing my hair. But like I was saying, it's okay to edit the photos a little bit to get the colours you need and what you can see with your eye. But I feel like Brendo really does go a little bit further. You know, he doesn't change it so it looks like it does in real life because the camera he's using isn't picking it up or whatever. He's changing it so it's very, very saturated, very, very bright. And you can see with this sort of healed picture here, this tattoo, I will give him the benefit of the doubt, this is on someone's hand. Hand tattoos are quite tricky to heal, and because they're always on show, you're always washing your hands, they're a nuisance to heal and they don't stay as bold and vibrant as, say, an arm tattoo. So I'll give him that, but yeah. Like, the healedness is a big contrast there. There's a big, big, big contrast there. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is something that I don't agree with on this page. So this tattoo, I'm sure you've seen it if you spend a little bit of time on Instagram, but this tattoo from Jack Connolly is very, very famous, and again, it's kind of obvious that he has edited it in some way, because again, the blacks are very black, you can see in the top photo there. But if we look at the healed version, I would say that's actually healed pretty nicely. In all honesty, like, I wouldn't be like, oh god, no, that's awful. Like, to me, this is a good comparison of maybe how a tattoo should be edited and then how it's come out, if that makes any sense. But in my opinion, that's healed pretty nicely and how I would expect a hand realism tattoo to heal. So I don't know what the beef is with that, but I thought I would give a fair, you know, discussional point there. This is what I mean by false advertisement. Okay, this is probably the worst one. You can see from the photo on the phone compared to the actual tattoo just how, like, there's no words. Like, what is that? What is this about? I don't want to get too mad. But yeah, I just thought I'd make this video because I really wanted to discuss this with you guys. I really want to know your guys' feedback and how you feel about tattoo artists photoshopping or editing their photos. Do you think you should just take a photo with an iPhone and just upload it? Or do you think it's okay if they edit the colours just a little bit to get the saturation that they had in the actual tattoo? Or do you think that's not okay? Do you think that tattoo artists should edit their photos like Brendo does, you know, have a whole different background? Or do you think they should just take a photo photo and just upload it. Like, what do you feel about this? I'd also love to know if you guys put filters on your tattoos. There's no shame if you do, but again, it might be a case of your phone is kind of outdated and you cannot capture the colors in your tattoos. The only reasons why I've edited my photos or tattoo photos in the past, again, is to stick with a theme on my Instagram feed. So yeah, I've never gone out of my way to edit the colors in my tattoos or whatever, but I do put filters on top of my photos to stick with a theme within my Instagram feed. It's just so stupid, I know, but I've never gone out of my way to change the colors in my tattoos or the contrast or whatever. I can't bother. Like, I like that lived in tattoo look. I've said that before, but I liked when a tattoo looks healed, in my opinion. Obviously that's hard to do with a fresh tattoo, because when a fresh tattoo is fresh, it definitely is a lot more saturated. But when I'm taking photos of old tattoos or whatever, I just leave them alone, put on my regular filters, and I go about my day. I don't sit there and fiddle around with the colours, because it's kind of obvious when you have an old tattoo and then all of a sudden in one photo it's kind of dull and the next photo is really bright. It's just like, well, unless you've had a touch up, it's obvious that you've edited that. So yeah, I just put my filters on. I don't know what this is, but this is me putting my filters on my photos. And yeah, so I'd like to know if you guys fiddle around with your tattoos. That sounds really wrong, but do you change the colours of your tattoos, or do you just, you know, put on your regular filters and just go about your day, or do you really make them bolder and brighter? Either way, it's fine, whatever way you do it, but I feel like from a professional side of things, you know, edit it a little bit to capture what you have. Don't go overboard, because then it's false advertisement. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys are all doing very, very well, and until my next video, bye.